This tutorial is to help parents calculate their expected family contribution number, better known as the EFC number. This number is an estimate of what parents may have to contribute or pay at a minimum for their child's college tuition per year. So we're going to use the collegeboard.org's EFC calculator. So we're going to click on search and put in EFC calculator and click on the search button. We're going to scroll down the page just a bit and go to the expected family contribution calculator. You will see a welcome page for the EFC calculator. At this point, just click on the start button and we're going to start filling out this information. First of all, the EFC calculator is trying to determine whether the student will be an independent student or a dependent student. If you answer yes to any of the questions on this page, your child may be an independent student for college. However, the college will want more information and documentation to prove what you have said yes to on this particular part of the application. So make sure that you have documentation to prove whatever you have said yes to or answered yes on this page. If everything is no, then you will be the student is a dependent of the parent. Next, we are going to look at the federal methodology or the institutional methodology. We are going to choose both of these methodologies, and I'll tell you why. The federal methodology is normally used for most public schools, but there are some public colleges that do use this form. But the institutional methodology is normally for those private schools, maybe 250 to 300 colleges that may use this calculation. So we ask that parents just click on both, and it's already there for you, so you don't have to worry about that. Just click next at this point in time. Next, we're going to put in some sample information for this family. We're going to say that this family, the parents are married, and that there are 4 in the family, and that they live in the state of Maryland. And then we'll click on next. The student information, we're going to say that this child is 17, and we're going to say that the parents, we'll call the first parent Kathy, and we'll give her an age of 40. And no, she is not in college right now, so that'll stay the same. And we'll say the second parent is named Ted, and he is 50 years old. And no, he is not in college. And then we'll say they have a brother, and his name is Teddy, and he is 14 years old, and he is not in college. It's very important at this point in time to make sure that you have the ages correct of your parents, because there is a tax credit or a EFC credit for the older parents. So they will the calculation will be determined by the older parent of the child. So just click on next here. And then we're going to look at the finances of the family. You will need your current tax information to fill this out. So we're going to use an adjusted gross income of $100,000 for this family. And we're going to say that the student worked and he made $2,000 for the year. So we're going to say that the family, the mom made $50,000 and the dad made $50,000 and the student made that $2,000 for the year. If your parents are in the military, they may have some information to put in here, but right now we're just going to say zero in these two columns. Untaxed income benefits, if you're unsure about this, you can click on this worksheet and it'll tell you what exactly untaxed income means and what you can put in this area here. But for right now, we're just going to put zero in this area. We're going to put zero in the Social Security benefits. And other income, we're also going to say zero. Educational credits, we're going to say zero. But you look at your information and you check out, according to what you have. This question mark here will help you understand what the EFC calculator is requesting. So if you're ever uncertain, click on that button and it should be able to help you out. So when in doubt, click on the question mark and it may be able to help you. If the family is receiving any type of public assistance or the student is on free and reduced lunch, this would be yes, but for our family, we're going to say no. A dislocated worker, if you are unsure of what a dislocated worker is, you can click on this button. If that applies to you, you would say yes. If it doesn't, you would keep the no tab. So we're going to say that this family paid $10,000 in taxes and the student paid $25 in taxes. There is no child support for this family, and we're going to say that the parents paid out of pocket medical expenses of $500, and we're going to put zero in the student financial aid. For assets and checking and savings, you want to fill this information out when you do it officially, when you fill out the official form that's required for financial aid when your child is a senior. It's available as of January 1 of your child's senior year. So you would want to make sure that you pay all of your bills before you fill this out so they can get a true estimation of how much money you have on hand. But for this one, we're just going to say $4,000 in savings and checking for the family and only $200 for the student. This is the total value of siblings assets. It's basically asking if the children have any trust funds. If not, then you could just click on zero there. If there's any home equity in the house, we're going to say this family has $20,000 in equity. If you do not, then that's okay. If you own other houses other than the one you live in and you're renting it out and that has equity, you would put that amount there, but right now we're just going to use zero. Business equity, we're also going to say zero on this one as well. If you own a business and you have more than 100 employees, you would say yes here. But if not, if it's less than 100 employees, you would just keep that no. If you are a farmer, you would put information in here, but our family is not they're not farmers. They do not live on a farm and they do not have any trust equity. So we're going to click on the results right now to see what this family could pay each year for their child's tuition. Right now, it's saying that the family can pay $14,501 if the child was attending like a public school. If a private school, then the family would be able to pay $11,979 out of pocket. So this is basically the tutorial to teach you how to get an estimation of your expected family income. We will talk more about what this means as far as the colleges are concerned and how they use this information. But right now, briefly, I can tell you that this family would be able to qualify for a pretty good sum of scholarship or grant money if they were going to a private school, because their expected family contribution is $12,000. Sometimes our private schools are 40 or $50,000. So they should be able to get some pretty good scholarships or grants. If the student is going to a public school, a public school, they may not receive much in financial aid, but there may be some merit-based scholarships that the student would qualify for. And merit-based scholarships could be based on academics, based on leadership, based on sports, or also fine arts or some STEM degrees like science, technology, engineering, and math. So I would check definitely with that public school. Okay, so this ends this tutorial to show you how to calculate your expected family contribution number. Thank you for listening.